Yo, good morning. Good morning. I always start early. I don't know why I have the full countdown timer, but also what looks weird, I trimmed my mustache and so you can see my lips better now, and sometimes it looks funny now. I actually really like the look of the mustache covering the more to the bottom of your top lip. It's just so annoying to eat and drink. Mainly actually drinking. Drinking's probably worse than eating. Cause even if I'm just gonna go it's like the mustache dips into the and that gets old. Let me tell you. Alright, we got a quick news day because I honestly want to play RimWorld so bad. I was watching the VOD back yesterday, just editing the video, and I don't know, I just had a lot of fun. But interesting news day. This is shitting on Apple week. I feel like I've shit on Apple this entire week, but they're just kind of faltering a bit. So yeah, we got this report about how they're not innovating that much. We got, Apple TV Plus is losing $1 billion. And there's one more, but maybe not. But yeah, I don't know. Apple's struggling right now. What was my title? Oh yeah, and o1-Pro. I've kind of stopped covering AI model news because literally every week there's a new model and they're not really much better. But I still want to cover actual good or interesting new stuff around AI. So yeah, let's actually start with this here. OpenAI's o1-Pro is the company's most expensive AI model yet. Now, they've released quite a few different models that have progressively been more and more expensive. Let's go to Open Router. Oh my god, I cannot type. Let's go to models, and then let's just go GPT, and let's sort by price highest to lowest. And this is, yeah, o1-Pro is not on here yet, but for context, GPT 4.5, which came out maybe a week or two ago, is 75 million per input, 150 million per output. o1-Pro is $150 per input and $600 per output, comparing to even, GPT 4.5. Here's 4.0 for comparison, which is kind of their baseline. It seems like now just $2.50 per input, $10 per output. Even o1 is only $15 to $60. o1 Preview, it's about the same. Yeah, it's expensive to say the least. Here's o1 Mini. Yeah, this is actually really cheap. What the heck? And if we compare it to Claude, for example, who is, probably their biggest competitor, it's $15 per 75. That's just 3 actually. This is what's the latest Claude? It's just 3.7, maybe 3.7 is not on here. 3.7 is expensive, but it's nowhere near this expensive. OpenAI has launched a more powerful version of its o1 reasoning AI model o1-Pro, and its developer API. According to OpenAI, o1-Pro uses more computing than o1 provide consistently better responses. Currently, it's only available to select developers, those who spent at least $5 in OpenAI API services, and it's pricey. Very pricey. Okay, I mean, I can't access this. I've spent a few bucks on the API. But it's literally so expensive. One message, a back and forth, will probably cost $15. OpenAI is charging $150 per million tokens. which is approximately 750,000 words, fed into the model, and $600 per million tokens generated by the model. That's twice the price of OpenAI GPT 4.5 for input and 10x the price of regular O1. Now, this is definitely like just an experiment, and they're just letting people play with it, but unfortunately for the the AI model layer, kind of like the intelligence layer, so to speak, it's going to be a race to the bottom. It's just going to be commoditized. People want the best for the cheapest, and that's, you know, they want the value, and that's what people are going to go for, because like this just is just a piece of an application where like it, you know, the front end is going to be something like abstracted likely, you know, so until the prices come down, like it's not, I don't know, it's kind of whatever. Like, I wonder if Cursor is actually pretty good at getting the latest models. Like, you could use GPT 4.5 in Cursor, which is weird because it's expensive. It's really expensive. Yeah, it's twice the price of OpenAI's GPT 4.5 for input and 10x the price of regular O1. OpenAI is betting that Pro's improved performance will convince developers to pay those pricey sums. I just don't think that is going to be the case. Look at, okay, this is new. They added GPT 4.5 preview cost $2 per request. One back and forth is $2. That's crazy. Models. Let's just see if o1-Pro is on here yet. Nope, not yet. Not yet. o1-Pro's in the API is a version of O1 that uses more computing to think harder and provide even better answers to the hardest problems. An OpenAI spokesperson told TechCrunch, after getting many requests from our developer community, we're excited to bring it to the API to offer even more reliable responses. Well, I mean, maybe there is demand. That's crazy. That's so expensive. I just don't understand how much better it could be. Because that, when OpenAI, like, earlier this year announced, like, O3, and then like the benchmarks that came with it, the reason that they were able to pass benchmarks was because they extended this compute time, which is, I can't remember what the law is that they're calling it, like time, I don't remember what it's called. Maybe they'll say it here, like time scale compute or some shit, I don't know. They just let it think for longer, but obviously at the cost of computing, which is like expensive. And so like it was costing hundreds of thousands of dollars to pass these benchmarks with how much compute and like thinking it's doing behind the scenes. So I guess like, yeah, if you seriously need that, I don't know, it's probably some insane high value, you know, thing for how much you're spending. I don't know what that would be right now, but I guess if you need that, it's going to be there. o1-Pro is the oh yeah, here we go. Yet early responses or impressions of o1-Pro, which has been available in OpenAI's AI-powered chatbot platform, ChatGPT for ChatGPT Pro subscribers, fuck me, since December. Oh, this is that. Okay, yeah, this is o1-Pro. That's crazy. Weren't incredibly positive. The model struggled with Sudoku puzzles users found and was tripped up by simple optical illusion jokes. Okay, I mean, in OpenAI's defense, it's like, okay, but like they didn't make the fucking thing to play Sudoku for you. It's like they made it to like, you know, do some other things. I don't know. Furthermore, certain OpenAI internal benchmarks from late last year showed o1-Pro performed only slightly better than the standard O1 on coding and math problems. Coding is arguably the best use case for these like super like thinking heavy models, though. It did answer those problems more reliably, however, the benchmarks found. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. yeah, I don't know. I think we're gonna be in a little dip here for a bit. It's gonna be like, I do wonder. I do think that Nvidia's Blackwell stuff coming out is going to ultimately like help, but it's going to be a while for like users and consumers especially to see the downstream effects of those, because it takes months to train models. Now, granted, if Blackwell chips are like 3 times as better as the previous ones, it could theoretically take like 3 times less time, but likely it's not going to be the case that they're going to use that to make even more powerful models. You know, greed gets there. But I'm sure someone won't. But anyways, yeah, so I'm curious when we'll see the effects of that. If it'll be in things like reducing the price of better models, or if they'll use it to train models that will, you know, utilize the hardware better to pass on pricing. I'm not sure how they're going to do that, but yeah. Ugh. All right, let's look at Discord. I actually don't think this is NVIDIA RTX Pros, new generation workstation worker graphics processors. Ooh. How much do these cost, though? You still have to go through like a fucking distributor? Like, come on, I just had a rant yesterday about middlemen and marketplaces and platforms. Okay, Discord announces mobile ad format to broaden game ad opportunities. So it seems like Discord, I've never done one of these like ad things. I don't even know where to find it. It's also probably because I'm in like streamer mode right now. My monitor is like tilting. I cleaned my monitors, they're like screens yesterday. Now they're all like uneven and shit. It's super annoying. Bro, it doesn't stay. That's so weird. Whatever. Yeah, so it seems like this is already on desktop applications, but now it's on mobile. But I do imagine there's a large portion of the Discord users who pretty much only use it on mobile, like a messaging app. So I think that's probably why it's a big deal. And I actually think that this like kind of advertising is pretty unintrusive. Like, props to Discord for creating like a pretty good system for like rewarding people for watching ads that are not forced. You don't have to. Like, if I, you know, pretty much wouldn't know this existed if it wasn't for like news headlines and like maybe some other people like getting the like shop stuff, but I think you can just buy that stuff. So yeah, okay, let's take a look. Discord announced plans to expand its successful Video Quest advertising format to mobile devices. The strategic move marks the company's first mobile ad offering, significantly broadening reach for advertisers while maintaining Discord's commitment to user-first, reward-focused advertiser experiences. Yeah. Initial plot for Video Quest on mobile launched in June 2025, offering advertisers a prime opportunity to showcase trailers, make impactful announcements, and highlight premium content to Discord's player community. Other media have reported that Discord is in talks to go public, and so, okay, hang on. Let's finish this. So it makes sense that the company is looking for ways to improve monetization. Yeah. I mean, they've been looking for ways to improve monetization for a while. Earlier this week at the Game Developers Conference, Discord announced its social SDK to improve engagements with users. Expanding our advertising platform to mobile is an obvious natural evolution in our strategy. Our mission is to create the most authentic player-centric advertising platform in the galaxy. Okay. This expansion will provide brand partners access to Discord's highly engaged cross-platform mobile audience and create new opportunities for businesses to connect with our community in meaningful and performant ways, says Peter Sellis, Senior Vice President Product. When was this written? March 5th? Yeah, Discord has been, there was like talks like during pandemic when they were thinking about IPOing, but then like they were potentially going to be acquired by Microsoft, or like they're looking to be acquired in general, and Microsoft is kind of the leading contender. And that fell through, whatever, and now we're back, I guess, with them potentially IPOing. I think IPOing is a incredible mistake, and I don't think the community would take well to that, especially when they're going to have to start prioritizing profits over, you know, the user base. Like that is the number one way to kill your app. And it's a great way for another, you know, for an opportunity for a competitor to come in and steal a lot of market share. I don't see IPOing as a good option for Discord. Like, bro, like, unfortunately, gamers are fucking crazy, kind of, so, yeah. Launched just 1 year ago, Discord's advertising business initially focused on driving game discovery with its reward ad format, Quests. Offering has since expanded into to include video quests, broadening its advertiser audience beyond the gaming industry to media and entertainment. This first iteration of video quests on mobile focuses on brand awareness goals, delivering a premium user experience with a full screen format while maintaining the opt-in and reward nature of the quests. Yeah, and like if they keep doing this, then fuck it. Like, yeah, bro, take the opt-in to the max. Because just that, like, you could ignore it if you want to. If you don't want to and you want, you know, this sick crown, then fucking watch the video or download the app. We went broad and focused on being more of a community platform, said Jason Citron, CEO of Discord, in an interview with GamesBeat. And what we have learned was really that the people who really love and were passionate about our products were the people who play games, and they use Discord for other things. When we built and shipped features that made it easier to play games or hang out with our friends before doing and after playing games, it really resonated with folks. Yeah, I mean, you know, just speaking from experience, I definitely was introduced to Discord from the gaming community, but now, like, most of the channels I'm in are they're like gaming adjacent, or they're like creator focused, but like that might play games, but ultimately it's not like video games. But most of what I'm in are like tech, or like just like communities that are for like programming kind of stuff, like, you know, like like Cloudflare developers, or the Discord Gophers, which is like the, you know, Go for Golang, shit like that. You know, that is probably the majority. And it's about even, actually. I'm about games. But I think my point I'm trying to illustrate is that, like, a lot of it's Discord may have gaming as its like central user base, but it's expanding pretty quickly outside of into gaming, like adjacent areas, like developers. Citron added, so starting earlier like next year, we decided to double down on our core value prop, and as part of that, we thought about not just the player side of it, but also the industry side. How can we help developers? So that's led us to launch Quest last year. And Discord initially they were very, very gaming focused. They had their own gaming store even, and then they made it so this may be the case still, but like users or developers could actually like sell their game in their Discord channel or in their Discord server. And then after they shut the game store down, they kind of moved just to that, and then now I'm not sure, but so they've always like kind of been trying to help developers, because if you think about like the user base of Discord, it is like literally the developers are targeting that user base, and so it's kind of like the you know, who could help out, who could you sell, who of your user base could you sell to or vice versa. Developers. Discord is also going to roll out new capabilities for Quest at GDC so devs can run video quests on mobile for pre-release games or pre-release seasonal updates. Whereas previously there's only been on desktop and then the Socialist Decay as well, Citron said. Started working on it last year and went into very early access with 2 games, and now we're ready to have a big coming out party for it. Discord advertising platform features its signature premium reward quest format and now comes with 2 varieties. Video quests, which focus on driving awareness. This format has deal for trailers, new season announcements, downloadable content, drops, upcoming expansion videos. Yeah, okay. I imagine this is crazy for mobile because of like mobile games. Like mobile ad games and just mobile games in general have like insane like advertising budgets because people spend so much money. I think it was like, I read that like bro, I can't even think of that mobile game that's like the most stereotypical like it's like the most stereotypical mobile game that's like always advertising. Fuck me, it starts with an R. Raid Shadow Legends, that's what it is. Jesus. Raid Shadow Legends like cost per acquisition, they could spend up to like $200 because, or they could spend like, yeah, up to like $200 because the average player spend is like over $200, which is insane. And so they could just spend so much money to acquire new players because they're going to make that money back because they just players spend so much money. So imagine that this could be great for, you know, the Raid Shadow Legend like mobile apps because it's already on mobile, so it's just a mobile game. It's just like a click and then it just takes you to the app store, I imagine, and downloads it right there. You might even get a reward like if you download it. Like this seems like it could juice Discord's finances. Discord said Miho used Quest to energize their audience around the major update that introduced a new character, world, and storyline events in Genshin Impact. They launched PlayQuest with a high-value in-game reward. The campaign attracted millions of participants and generated an 80% increase in playtime during the week the quest ran. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think IPOing would just cause so many more problems than Discord wants. The IPO of a well-known technology company could provide a much-needed jolt for the private companies. Yeah, we've been talking about seeing on stream how like the IPO market is very weak. A lot of companies are IPOing later because they could do larger funding rounds when like instead of IPOing. And like, why would you not do that when like when you go public? There's just a slew of other things you have to do and worry about now, and have different fiduciary duties and shit. Like, Discord was last valued by private investors at roughly $15 billion in 2021. Dang, I bet you that they're almost doubled. The people who requested anonymity because the conversation is confidential caution that these talks were exploratory and the IPO plans remain subject to change. We understand there's a lot of interest around Discord's future plans, but we do not comment on rumors, speculation. Okay, yeah, whatever. And CoreWeave, who we've talked about on stream. CoreWeave actually announced. Let's just if we're covering that. Yeah, here, CoreWeave. $32 billion valuation. $47 to $55 each per share. 49 million shares. I personally I'm not going to buy them. Considering that 62% of their business is relying on Microsoft, if Microsoft snaps their fingers, CoreWeave is done. And the fact that their debt to income is massive. They have so much debt. Which they said, and if They said that they pioneered some new way of using their GPUs as like leverage or whatever, and like generally I feel like those kind of companies, like when they're like you just kind of want to stay away from them. I don't know. Yeah, this is some crazy ass shit. Okay, let's cover this Apple TV Plus story. Or what was my title? I always like to make sure I cover things out. Yeah, Discord, o1-Pro. Actually, I already covered both those. Okay. Report Apple TV Plus is losing $1 billion annually as Apple services falter. Now, this headline is a bit more loaded than some of the others. Because it says it's services in general, so. Oh, but no, I bet you they say that because it's that like Apple One subscription where it like bundles everything, and I think you can get Apple TV Plus in that. Apple TV Plus is hemorrhaging money amid a broader stall in Apple services, according to a new report from The Information. Yeah, I would read this, but it's paywalled likely. Yeah. Now, Netflix like was losing money for years on their streaming services, so generally I think that's not like anything crazy, but I think it's the fact that it's Apple now, like the largest consumer tech company in the world. Like what do they need to do? The paywall report reveals that Apple TV Plus is the only Apple subscription service that is not profitable. While subscriptions grew to around 45 million users last year, it is still losing more than $1 billion annually. The company has spent more than $5 billion a year on content since the service launched in 2019. $5 billion a year on content? That is crazy. It's also crazy considering they don't even have that many shows. Like, Apple definitely took the quality over quantity, which I appreciate because they've definitely produced some of the best shows. But I think as a business, you need to just have variety. You need to pump shit out. Like Netflix is like Netflix pumping shit out, kind of like, you know, like it's a little bit slop. Like some of the, like a lot of Netflix stuff is kind of slop. Not AI slop, but just not AI slop yet. Netflix. What's that episode where it's like no, I know that this just came out. There's like an episode of Black Mirror where it was like algorithmically making content. I don't know what it was, but that's Netflix is almost there already. It was like the episode of Black Mirror, and they're like watching TV, but like what they're watching on TV is like about their life or something, and they realize like it's just like a simulation, and Netflix has some like quantum computer like pumping out like multiverses or some shit that like, but it's like based off of like what users want, some crazy shit like that. Like Netflix is pushing some slop, and we haven't even hit the AI generated TV shows yet. Okay, the company spent more than $5 billion a year on content since the service launched in 2019, but this was reduced by $500 million in 2024 in response to a push for cutbacks from CEO Tim Cook and other executives. I mean, $500 million when comparing to $5 billion, like, what is that, like 10%? I feel like that's like tiny. That's nothing. Cook apparently raised question last year about several movie deals with Apple TV Plus executives, including the spy action comedy film Argyle. I've never heard of this. The movie stars Henry Cavill, Dua Lipa, and cost $200 million to produce. Cook reportedly complained that the movie had not found a significant audience or generated more subscribers for Apple TV Plus. Yeah, bro, imagine like spending $200 million and like nothing happens. You're like, so like what was this for? The report explained that the audience for Apple TV Plus remains relatively small. continuing less than 1% of total US streaming service viewing. Netflix and Amazon represent 8.2% and 3.5% total viewing in February. That is crazy how small it is still, even Netflix. And I can't believe Prime Video is this much either. I like never use Prime Video nowadays. Apple's initial business plan for Apple TV Plus predicted losses of between $15 billion and $20 billion over its first decade. Wow, that's actually huge. And the fact that they've actually like beat that though is still good, I guess, for Apple. While major losses are normal in the streaming industries, it represents a major departure for Apple, which normally exercises fiscal discipline. Yes, Tim Cook he cooks. I was say he cooks on the financials, but I feel like that's like cooking the books. That's like not a compliment, actually. Executives such as Eddie Q initially shielded Apple TV Plus executives from budget scrutiny and rejected a proposal to increase oversight of programming costs. Apple did not have internal data on whether Apple TV Plus would tempt customers to buy Apple devices. Why would that tempt customers to buy Apple devices? Like, oh, here's like $6. Please spend, $1,500 on our new iPhone. Like, here's a free $6. Despite successes such as Coda winning an Oscar for Best Picture, Cook began closely scrutinizing Apple TV Plus's financial performance from 2022 and advocated more oversight. The use of private jet travel for stars at the cost of hundreds of thousands of dollars per flight came under particular scrutiny and led Apple to ask executives to negotiate better deals with flight chartering companies. Bro, it seems like, though, it's kind of their inexperience in the entertainment industry, maybe? I don't know. Because, like, Severance had to have drawn some sort of benefit to Apple TV. Like, Severance is good. Like, that's a good show. But, like, I don't plan to keep my Apple TV Plus subscription like that much longer after Severance ends. Like, the last episode of Severance is tomorrow. I'll probably keep Apple TV Plus for another month because we have some shows we want to watch. But like after that, we're canceling it. Like, Severance brought us in, but like that's it. Apple's overall corporate profits are so significant that it can easily absorb the losses from its streaming services, but continues to forego widespread appeal. Yeah, I mean, like, it is a drop in the bucket. But like ultimately, it's like you still want it to make money. No, yeah. So we'll see. Apple Music, Apple Arcade, News Plus, and Fitness Plus. Services is Apple's fastest growing, most profitable category, with gross margins exceeding 75% compared to just under 40% for hardware. Yeah, and we talked about this yesterday on stream actually too, or maybe even the day before. But Apple is saturating the market with iPhones. Like, there's just not any more people they could sell iPhones to, and people are kind of catching on that they realize that like every year Apple just copy paste their iPhone and like bumps the specs a tiny bit, maybe add some new camera, maybe a USB-C port, which has been in other phones for decades. And so it's like, yeah, that they're, hardware, at least iPhone is faltering. I think their computer division, like the Mac division is good. Like, I think that that's kind of the best area right now. Like, they're actually kind of innovating, making better products. Like, the MacBook is just like such a good laptop. But they need other ways to grow, and software has kind of been the way that these like hardware companies have kind of been finding growth in like new ways to make money. It's kind of like Tesla, where it's like Tesla is a like hardware company, they make cars, but like now they're more of honestly a software company. They're going to the full self-driving. Like most of their like features are like software driven, and it's like that's kind of just like the direction you kind of, or like the business models, like start in hardware, make a good product, and then move the software when you kind of saturate the growth, or growth is harder. In its most recent fiscal year, services revenue rose 13% to more than $96 billion. However, other than iCloud Plus, Apple's other services are said to be in poor health. Wow. Apple Music's growth has reportedly virtually stopped and remains only marginally profitable. Yeah. Since it pays artists and labels more than 70% of its revenue, it has a single-digit percentage gross margin. Wow. So 9% and under. Q apparently told some colleagues privately that he doesn't believe the service will ever reach 100 million paying subscribers. Moreover, overall iTunes store sales are now actively shrinking. I mean, yeah, it's like they're competing with Spotify, YouTube Music, YouTube in general. Apple News Plus, Fitness Plus, and Apple Arcade are said to be struggling with low usage and profits. Apple Arcade only had 2 million users during its first year of operation, with roughly 25% of them on free trials. Yeah, I mean, like, because mobile gaming is, like, very niche, and I feel like people kind of stick to their games that they like, and they don't, like, care to, like, have access to, like, all the games, like, generally you do on PC. You know, like, think of, like, the Candy Crush player, like, they could give a shit. They just care about Candy Crush, maybe some other Match 3 games. Similarly, Apple News Plus purportedly suffers with low engagement, and the number of monthly active users is in the low single-digit millions. Apple Books and Apple TV News Plus was subject to layoffs in 2024 due to weak performance. I thought Apple News Plus, though, Apple News makes their money mainly in advertising, though. So maybe, I swear you get ads with Apple News Plus still. Longtime Apple service executive Peter Stern, who oversaw platforms including Apple TV Plus, abruptly departed the company in early 2023, claiming he was unable to run the streaming service in the way he needed to amid pressure to increase subscriber numbers. Apple subsequently reshuffled his former group, separating Apple TV Plus, Music, international content from News Plus, Fitness Plus, Apple Books, and Apple iCloud Plus. Report adds that most users do not sign up directly for Apple services, instead opting for an Apple One bundle, which inflates the perceived interest in each service. Yeah, it's like one subscription that's like $15 a month or however much, and you get access to a portfolio of things, but then you don't really even use this stuff. Many who sign up to Apple One are motivated to subscribe so primarily because of iCloud Plus rather than other services. Without Apple One, Apple Arcade and Apple Fitness Plus would not be profitable. Dang. This is interesting. Wait. Okay. This is interesting because Apple is just leaning on services very hard. And that is their growth opportunity. And the fact that they're barely making money, you know, like, I shouldn't say that. The margins are so much smaller compared to, like, seems like what they expected, that, like, they thought they could just make this and, like, people just get come, but, like, it's actually a little harder. Maybe the service industry is more competitive than they initially thought. I think that is probably it, because with Apple TV Plus, like, you're competing with YouTube, Twitch, every streaming service, cable TV, sports, you know, even with Apple Books and News and Apple Arcade, Apple Music, all of this is just attention. These are all attention, you know, mechanisms. I assume Apple probably hoped that they would stay within their portfolio of stuff and you not move to other services, but like ultimately it's like it is competitive. The attention market economy is competitive. Like, you know, I'm here demanding your people's attention, you know, streaming, not demanding, but like asking for attention, you know, streaming. But I'm competing against Apple TV, YouTube, video games, you know, your phone, YouTube Shorts. And that's kind of what Apple's doing. All of their services are just competing for your attention. And I don't know, I guess they thought it would be easier considering that the device that you have, if you spend time on this, then they already have your attention. But there's a lot of apps on here that probably steal it away. Yeah, this is interesting. This is an interesting read. Yeah, this is just shit on Apple Week. Apple's not as like, just kind of what Apple's been coasting. They make good hardware, but they're coasting, you know? They haven't innovated a lot. This is the other report. I don't know if we'll actually read this today because it's really long. Yeah, this Apple innovation execution. It matters that Apple's new cereal will be late, and it matters more that Apple didn't realize. Is it more than that? But they also talk about Apple Intelligence and how it was kind of a failure. Apple Vision Pro, which we covered yesterday about when we looked at the VR market and it's faltering. Their services business we just looked at is still very profitable, but it could be more profitable, and it's not growing like they expected. So like there's obviously a plateau. So yeah, we might cover this some other time, but yeah, I don't know what's up with Apple. Okay, I want to cover this because Ghost Technomicon, my newsletter Technomicon, is published with Ghost. You can actually see, but it's published with Ghost. We got Ghost here, and they announced that do they have a news? Come on. Like, where do they announce shit? Product updates. Holy shit. Oh, they didn't even announce it. They don't even have the announcement here. Okay. Ghost is they're publishing, you can now publish to the Fediverse, which is came out of nowhere. And the Fediverse is kind of this decentralized it's a collection of social networking services that can communicate with each other using a common protocol. So Threads is a part of this, Blue Sky, I think Mastodon. Mastodon is the like I think kind of creator. Yeah, Activity Pub, Blue Sky, I don't know if I said that. There's a bunch of other like Activity Pub type of like services. Yeah, here's a bunch. They're just yeah, Lemmy. This one is like a notable one. It's like a Reddit alternative. Mastodon is probably the most popular outside of Blue Sky and Threads. PeerTube, which is another big like YouTube decentralized YouTube alternative. I don't know who uses it. I guess WordPress could supports it, which is awesome. We're like something like over 50% of the internet runs on WordPress, and then Threads. Yeah, Ghost here. Oh wow, bro, Wikipedia editors are insane. Oh, maybe I'm thinking the AT protocol. This is Blue Sky. Okay. Newsletter platform Ghost switched on Fediverse connectivity this week, allowing bloggers to share their works across various social platforms that support the open Activity Pub protocol. Ghost initially promised the feature would go live in 2024, but it's available now for beta for Ghost Pro users. Cool. I will be publishing to Activity Pub. I'm going to get this working because this is cool. This is neat. Federate your site with activity. Join the world's largest. Alright, fuck it. Let's just do it live. Let's just explore it. Let me just make sure I'm not leaking anything. With Activity Pub, users on platforms such as Mastodon, PixelFed, and Threads can now follow and see content from writers who pay for the Ghost Pro subscription. I do have that. Social users can also comment on pieces regardless of which app they're on. The openness of Ghost could help it stand out against its larger competitor Substack, which largely blocks its users from sharing posted content off platform. Yes, that is Substack is very they want to be their own platform, and they essentially have like audio, video. They're kind of doing everything, but they want it to be all be within Substack, and I don't like that. Yeah, I just don't like that. I like Ghost because it's an open platform. They're nonprofit. They support a bunch of, like types of publications, that are like local nonprofit and everything. They are a little pricey, but you could self-host it if you want. The other only downside I see is like in terms of email content, the only integration they have with email providers is Mailgun, and Mailgun is like a little expensive, and they don't have a good free plan. So if you do self-host it, you essentially are forced to use Mailgun, or you have to use some sort of third party to sync your subscribers to a different service. Yeah. So yeah, I really love Ghost. I've used them for websites for years. Ghost however, will let users publish content directly to the Fediverse, giving them more freedom. Yeah, because Ghost has no incentive to care. It's like they want like you to, do whatever you want. Like that's the big benefit of email newsletters, is that you actually own your audience. It's not algorithmically driven. You don't, if YouTube shuts down, you don't lose your audience. With email you've had forever. Like email is not going away. So that's kind of why I want to build a newsletter alongside like traditional content, because at least I will always own that newsletter or audience in a way. There's also an inbox where Ghost users can be fed news articles and blogs across Ghost and WordPress. Ghost also has its own social web reader software that can view posts from compatible social media services, see notifications, someone likes, comments, or shares, and customize your public profile. However, it doesn't work smoothly everywhere, as Meta's Thread service doesn't allow Ghost users to interact directly with Thread users. Huh, okay, let's see. So we go Ghost Admin Settings Lab. All right. Okay, I think I'm good to show this. We got this social web pages. Swap that bad boy on. Yeah, and actually, I already have Technonomicon. I have Technonomicon on Bro, what am I doing? Blue Sky. I don't know what the Blue Sky domain is. Yeah, we can go bluesky.app/technonomicon.io. Nope, I think it's /@Technonomicon. Technonomicon.io. Oh, but this isn't... Bro, show me my profile. Oh, this is it. What? I swear it was this. But I think this is AT protocol. I swear Blue Sky supported the activity pub. Which is just like an email address, but with @ symbols instead of one. The first half is always at index, representing the home or index of your publication. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into how this like works. Oh, it's on the home page. Oh, okay. Let's go. Sorry, I don't want to leak my... Okay, here. So it says increase your reach within the social web. Flipboard supports ActivityPub. Mastodon, Threads, Blue Sky, and WordPress. Okay. Oh, Blue Sky. It is Blue Sky. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna use Blue Sky as like the tether, like the home. So if you use Blue Sky, follow Technomicon, because I'm gonna start posting on there then, right here. I also have a personal one, but I don't really use Blue Sky. I honestly haven't even been really using like Twitter that much either. Cool. We'll deal with that later. Yeah, but I was excited for this because I love Ghost and I really want them to be more successful than they are. I just want the best for them. So I thought this was really neat. Let's see what TechCrunch has to say, because they first reported it. News web platform Ghost, an open source competitor to Substack, is now connected to the Fediverse, also known as the Open Social Web. Federated apps run on a protocol, ActivityPub, which powers apps like Mastodon, PixelFed, Threads, Flipboard. They keep mentioning PixelFed. I've never heard of PixelFed. Yeah, that story's crazy. Decentralized social media. Like, honestly, I should be on these platforms because this is where my audience is. Like, you know, the kind of like technologist, fuck the system kind of vibe. So maybe I should start posting on here. In Flipboard, I didn't realize Flipboard. Another is allowing posts published on one app to be seen and engaged by those on other federated platforms. Ghost said last year that it was working on integration with ActivityPub, which would allow users to publish and share their blogs with the broader open social web. The company expected the integrations to go live last year. However, Ghost this week announced the launch of its social web beta. Shows any site on its Ghost Pro subscription plan to try the new ActivityPub integration. Beta feature is still in active development, and the company notes in its help documentation, but it's still expected to ship more finalized state in the Ghost 6.0 release. Sweet. Ghost says users will soon be able to customize the @index part of their index your site handle. Users on federated apps will then be able to follow the Ghost publisher's post as well as interact with them by liking, replying, or reposting. Help Ghost publishers participate in the Fediverse and built their own readership. Ghost also launched a social web reader. That's crazy that they built that too. In a separate area called the Inbox, Ghost users will keep up with long-form content like articles published on Ghost or WordPress, top of their publishing platform that integrated with the Fediverse in 2023. Think of the Inbox screen as your email inbox when your others. Okay, cool. Later, the company hopes more deeply integrate users' social web profiles with the Ghost membership, but for now, they operate independently from one another. Other common features include tools to block, report, and mute people or add images or media to notes and replies. Sweet. Yeah, Meta's Threads. That's what they said too. Ghost is used by several notable publications, including, Platformer, 4for Media, who 4for Media is, like, really, like, they cover stories that I want to cover. Like, I look up to them. The Lever is really good. Tangle's really good. But they all use Ghost. Okay. That's kind of all I wanted to cover for news. I have this report about the global economy here. But it's a little dense. I just need to find better sources for reports. That's what I'm gonna do this weekend. I'm actually literally gonna write that down right now. Make list of websites that publish research analyst reports. Analyst. That's how I remember how to spell analyst. Yeah, you can't see up here, but I have like, oops, that's what I use for my title. Let me close some things. I went to Gardner, I went to McKinsey, I go to Forrester, like all Goldman Sachs, like all the big research firms I try and go to and like see, but they don't publish them that often, like maybe once a month. So I need to compile some because this is probably my favorite thing I do on stream because I always learn the most. And I think it's content that people don't really make. I don't know if people like it though, yet, but I think it's very interesting. I think if you find it interesting too, you'll like it. But like this is reports and they're really good, but they don't come out that often. So I want to find enough so we can maybe do like one a week. Cool. But I think we're gonna jump to RimWorld. I honestly want to play RimWorld so bad. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed even editing the video, surprisingly. So yeah, fuck it. Ooh, also, my beard has been looking so orange lately. Like, it's literally like I have a ginger beard now. I don't know. It's like my diet has changed and like adjusted that, but I have an orange beard now for some reason. Okay, let's get. Oh, wait, actually, I want to watch this. So this is from Bohemian. Oh, you can't see it. Bohemian Interactive, who made Arma. Is this a game already out? Silica blends FPS and RTS and epic photorealistic battles. Choose your fight on the ground. I don't remember this game coming out. It's early access, but it looks cool. I've never seen this before.
Is to locate and harvest Balterium, an element concealed beneath the silica crystals on the planet's surface. Silica is a crossover of RTS and FPS, where you can lead from above as a commander in real-time strategy, or experience the action firsthand, either on your own or with your friends, as infantry in FPS. You have the option to play between two human factions, the people of Sol and the determined Centauri. Or you can hunt them down as the insect-like aliens native to Balterus.
This game looks cool, but it kind of seems like Planet Side, and like you kind of need a group to play. Just takes you, doesn't take you there. Wait, it seems spring sale done? Fuck, bro, I didn't get all the games I wanted. I thought it ended today. God damn it. I wanted to get... Oh, man, that sucks. I swear it said through the 20th. God damn it. Whatever. I'll just wait for the summer sale. Fuck it. I'll have to wait a few months. I mainly just wanted Deus Ex. My Sims. Zombieville 3D. Fuck yeah. Zombieville. I remember that game though. When I've had that on my iPod Touch way back. Punk. This looks cool. Okay, let's play some RimWorld. If you're on YouTube, come over to Twitch, twitch.tv/Brady'sBrain. We're gonna do some RimWorld, modded RimWorld playthrough, the Winkler clan, with Bill the hard carry. Come over to Twitch and watch some games. If you're on YouTube, we'll see you Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific. No stream on YouTube Fridays. We're gonna do System Shock tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow for some System Shock on Twitch. Otherwise, YouTube will see you 9 a.m. Monday. See you.